How to achieve impossible goals. Give me a second, I'll tell you. This episode is brought to you by Rocket Mortgage. Have you ever considered owning your own home? It's a huge deal, buying your first house. And Rocket Mortgage makes it freaking such a great process. I've said in the past, when I bought my first house, I reached out to Navy Fed or Regions first. And they kept, I was working with them for months and months, and they kept putting me off. Then I tried Navy Federal, same process. Then got in touch with Rocket Mortgage, closed like that. It was such a great process. There was just like, send this, and it was just like, boom. And it was like, dude, yes, I highly recommend Rocket Mortgage. They're a great company, and they also have the FHA loan, you only have to put down 3.5%. So it's a lot more. It's not an impossible goal, it's an easy goal to purchase your own house. You just have to have a little bit of financial discipline and you can make it happen. So Rocket Mortgage, I highly recommend. Other than that, this episode is brought to you by Alibaba. What is the best way to increase profits? The easiest way is to minimize expenses, and that makes it easier than ever working with Alibaba. At the very least, you can get quotes on Alibaba and you can show them to your current distributors and say, if you can't lower your prices, then we're going international. But me personally, I recommend going international. I've met some great people on Alibaba that are awesome to work with, and it only makes you a more well-rounded and better businessman, in my personal opinion. So 100% Alibaba, go with them. Okay. How to accomplish impossible goals. I know, I listen to this one podcast, on Motiversity often. It's Jordan Peterson, and he's the author of the book 12 Rules for Life. I read it. It wasn't my favorite, but I think he's such an awesome public speaker. He is a Harvard professor, and he talks about setting goals that are impossible, so that it just shapes you into such a beast, working towards those goals. I was looking through one of my books yesterday too, the 80-20 Principle by Richard Koch. I'm a huge fan of that guy, and he talks about setting goals that are easy to attain. So everyone has their own opinion. Like Angela Duckworth, she says write down your 25 goals and work on 5 and avoid the other 20 at all costs. I feel like if you're an organization working towards a goal, I feel like before disciplines of execution, they talk about setting one wildly important goal and making sure everyone sticks to that one goal. And I know Huberman, has a great talk on goals, also his podcast, and it's awesome, and I'm working on they're not impossible goals, I don't think, but I think they're very ambitious. I'm working towards landing some major accounts. Right now, I am working to raise money for my venture, because I took a step back and looked at everything today, and I was like, I'm actually sitting okay. I did this video this morning where I was bitching. I sounded like a real pussy, but I was bitching at myself. That wasn't complaining to anybody but myself. So that helped me kind of vent and take a step back, because I looked at it and it was as soon as I raised this initial seed round, I already have one person in Pensacola that wants to join the team, and he's a freaking hustler. He's my dog, and he's got people, so it's okay, once I get this and I can team up with my dog, he has people that want to join the team, and he 100% wants to join the team. He's a hustler, and I think he'll be a good fit. So that means I've already got people here. Then when I leave, I'll have people in Pensacola to help me do my thing, And then other goals, I keep thinking back on the solar thing, because I think these VCs would want to do it if we did in-house financing. I do like the Tesla solar panels and stuff, but I don't know, because if I did it, I would want to have two. If I was to do it, I'd want to have 2 options where I had Blue Sun, and I also had the Tesla solar shingles, and I don't know, maybe because then it would give people options, because I feel as solar, I think Blue Sun's a great company, and I know they even moved an office to out near LA. So I don't know, man. I'm thinking, I don't know. It's I can't pitch a VC though. I'm hey, I want to do this, I want to do this, and I want to do this, even if it is partially already set up, but right now I've got to double down, focus on this seed round and getting money for Southeast Marketing. Things will work out after that, you know, because I can be like so all over the place. But I mean, I have some other like really ambitious goals too. I've mentioned that I want to buy, well, not buy, but I guess buy a publishing company, like a book manufacturing company in China, where we can start our own publishing company. I think that'd be pretty awesome. I just feel like Southeast Marketing would be such a base for, if I ever start any other business, it would be such a base to scale my other companies if I do start other companies. Like if I get Southeast Marketing and it's crushing it, then I can scale Campaign Energy Solutions extremely easy. Or if I start a publishing company, we'll be able to scale it extremely easy all through Southeast Marketing. So I feel like Southeast Marketing is like such a great base for starting up, you know. That's where I'm at right now. So I started this morning. I didn't really feel like doing a video, but I feel like the videos like are going to be long term. They're going to be pretty beneficial. So I reached out. So I hit the phones. I reached out, started with New Jersey venture capitalists. I didn't have a whole lot of luck. I did get one dude on the phone who seemed like he was extremely interested. I'm not sure what nationality he was, but it was really difficult to understand him because I was like, "Yeah, man, can you send I was like, can you tell me your email address and I will send you over a copy of our partnership proposal." And when he told me his email address, I did not understand. It was like he was speaking Mandarin, you know. I had no idea what he said, and I didn't want to sound like extremely rude. So I was like, "Can you just text me your email address and I'll send it over?" And he never texted me. So I don't know. I might try to follow up with him again or something, but I reached out. So now I'm working on Chicago VCs. That's where I'm at right now. And what I've been doing, so I know that they get my information, is instead of just like, because I've been scrolling VCs on Google, and like I Google the company and pull their email address and phone number, or call their phone number, and the phone numbers, half of them I haven't been going through. So I've just been leaving voicemail after voicemail, and then a bunch of the emails have been coming back. So I've just been going directly onto their website, and I've been contacting them through their website portal, which I feel like is they're definitely at least getting the information that I'm sending, you know? So I feel good about that. I've just got, you know, but I guess since I'm talking on goals right now, it's like, okay, maybe do the solar thing after I get Southeast. I mean, I got to focus on turning Southeast Marketing into at least $1 million a year revenue, you know, and I'm going to eventually hire people, but first I've got to get money, you know, but I want to set it up so that it's like I can run and still do other stuff, you know. I don't know if that's like a good selling point for what I'm saying right now. However, I think it's going to be pretty self-sustaining once I get it up off the ground, you know. So I'm really excited about that. I've got a plan to, you know, hire business development, basically sales reps. It's just a fancy name for sales reps. And what we're going to do is find people that want to start podcasts, help them start them, help them monetize them with our sponsors. Our main sponsors will get to choose which podcast they choose, because each podcast is going to have its own niche audience, you know. So our sponsors get to choose which podcast they want to have their company advertised on. And then not just that, we work with companies, implement SEM, SEO. We're going to be building a lot of landing pages. I'm still freaking so pissed off at Squarespace, because when I published it Sunday, they said it would be 72 hours, and it's been over 72 hours and it's still saying under construction. So I'm like, I think one thing, as soon as I get money up, I need to find a team to build on GitHub or maybe even AWS because we're going to be creating tons of landing pages for companies to like drive traffic to their webpage and stand out against competition, you know. And I'm thinking if we do that on GitHub, we own all of the landing pages, you know. So definitely gonna consider looking into that. But it's a process, you know, and it's about being consistent, showing up. I plan to do some more videos today. I'm not really feeling the videos, but you know, I think that the long-term ROI on these videos might be beneficial and profitable. So remember that I love you and that you can be what you will to be.